Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Thursday night from Los Angeles, California. Man, been gone about a week. We'll touch on that in a little bit here, man. Happy to be back with you guys. Happy to see you guys pulling in here. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate the support. Appreciate y'all checking in on me. Appreciate all y'all. Just a lot going on the last week or so. Caught the flu pretty bad about last Thursday. It's been a rough stretch ever since. Kind of somewhat felt human again today. It felt like I had my voice and felt like I can make it through a show without coughing in your guys' ear all night. So shout out to y'all for tuning in, man. Appreciate the patience. And again, thanks for everyone for reaching out. Feeling much, much better today. But man, oh man, that I would be the guy that makes it all winter without getting sick and then gets the flu as soon as it starts to get warm outside in LA. That's just the luck of the draw for me, man. I guess me and the Los Angeles Lakers just have some bad luck right now, man. It's just, but mine's fixable. I healed. I'm good. I'm back to normal, man. These Lakers, though, man. These Lakers, man. They made their bed. They got to lay in it. They've been playing with their food all season long, and this is the meal they're stuck with now. This is the life they chose. This is the seeding that they chose. This is damn near the story that they chose. Darvin Ham, the players, Pelinka, Genie, everyone across the board. This is what they have chosen. And collectively, you guys have known who've listened to the show all year. You know that I don't point one finger at any individual. This is a collective screw up at every level, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. You guys are entitled to have yours. Just my opinion. The entire organization wet the bed in the 2023-2024 season. And we're going to get on this. And we're going to touch on that. But you know what's funny is last year at this point, I wasn't even worried about this team. That team. I was not worried about it. I was not worried about that team. I knew as soon as that trade was done, the team was basically reborn. I had full confidence that they were going to make a run and scare some people. And let's see where the chips lay. See where they fall. This team, I do not have that confidence. I do not have that confidence. As you guys know, I've been listening to me all season, man. I have trust issues with this team. I have a ton of concerns with this team. I don't trust this team. I don't believe in this team. I'm still rooting for this team. I'm still hoping for this team. But they just haven't given me enough. Even in this winning 8 of 9 and this stretch over the last month or so, and the way they've played, it's just every time they take us down this path of, we're going to do it again, baby. And then all of a sudden, the last 2 games happen. Anthony Davis gets poked in the eye again. Anthony Davis leaves the game at that point again. And then Anthony Davis can't play the next game. And this ain't no knocking AD. This dude has been rock solid all season, man. He's been standing on business all season, showing up, showing out through every injury possible. This just wasn't one he could play through. So this is no shade towards AD. I'm knocking the bad luck. I'm not knocking AD. I'm knocking the bad luck because AD has been probably the shining star of this season. LeBron has played great at 39. He's put up numbers. He's had moments. He's had great moments, but he's had some moments where he hasn't, right? There's been, you know, the lack of leadership at times. There's been a lot of different things this season that have hurt this team. But Anthony Davis, he gave it his all. He's probably going to make All-NBA. Probably going to he's going to make All-NBA. He's going to make All-NBA defense. He's going to make all these different awards, but he's not going to qualify for MVP or Defensive Player of the Year. He's not going to get any of that because the Lakers are in the 10th freaking seed. And extremely frustrated from that point. Real quick, my brother DJ in the building, man. Appreciate you, brother, man. Hitting us with the $4.99 super. Appreciate you, my brother. Lakers in 5, man. Said, welcome back, brother. Hope you're feeling better, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'm feeling much better. I've been trying to do a show the last day or two, and I couldn't. I just couldn't get it right. And here comes Lucky. Speaking of can't get right. Just didn't feel right. Didn't have the energy. My voice is cracking in and out. Couldn't make it through a bunch of sentences without just feeling like I was coughing up a lung. So felt much better today, man. And of course, the weather's about to go to hell again tomorrow and over the weekend. So I'm getting better just in time for it to be raining all damn weekend. But I appreciate you, DJ, man. Thank you, man, for checking in. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate y'all and I appreciate you. Make sure to head over to Lakers in 5, man. Over there, my guy DJ, man. Make sure to get over to subscribe to his channel. Great work, great dude, great content. Just a great channel, great place to be, man. He's pretty much on nightly. So head on over there to Lakers in 5. Give him a sub if you have not done so already. And appreciate you tuning in as always. And before we go any further, man, I'm going to hit you out with a little body bag here real quick, man. So me and the guys over here at Court Kings, man, we've been sitting on some heat for a while. We got a lot of heat. A lot of heat, man. I'm talking like California summertime, heat on heat on heat. We sitting on, man. And it gets to a point where sometimes we struggle on what shirt to drop, right? Because we've got a lot of stuff that's just like ready to go, man. Our catalog is like that pop catalog post, after he passed. Just music for days was left there, right? That's kind of like our grind, man. Chris, the graphic god, I'm sure he's in the building somewhere. Chris, the graphic god, shout out to him, man. He eats, lives, and breathes this stuff, man. So we've got so much material ready to go. It's just timing, right? And when and things like that. But we couldn't hold off on this much longer because we've been sitting on this one for a good minute here. And in a time of what we're sitting back and what we're struggling from, I remember some good times right now, Laker basketball, man. We're going to think about Chick Hearn and Showboat, man, here. And we're going to hit y'all with this heat right here, man. Look at this, man. Now, when you see this real quick, just let me, Golden Throat and the Golden Child, man. Chick Hearn and Kobe Bryant, man. Now, just look at the details on this shirt real quick, man. We're gonna get back to talking basketball in a second, but I'm gonna promote this shirt throughout the show tonight, man, because this is just ridiculous. For those who know, right? Okay, so that's Kobe holding the slam dunk contest when he won in 1997, right? There's Chick, right? But then you see the artwork, the Showboat in the basketball court, the upper deck, and then you got the TV with Chick and him, that interview that he did. They played that actually at the Celebration of Life. They got him doing the dunk in the background with the Court Kings logo there, man. Just absolute fire and heat over there, man. Shop courtkings.com, man. Look at that Showboat right there, man. It's just ridiculous. I'm gonna keep this on the screen for a minute, man, because this is what we've been sitting on, and I can't wait to rock this one myself, man. This is incredible, man. Shopcourtkings.com. Head on over there, get yourself some merch, man. Not just this shirt, we got a ton of them. We got the We Talk Mavs collab over there. Shout out my guys Rel and King over there. We Talk Mavs. We got the Mavs collection up there. We got some new heat. We just dropped that Luka MVP tee up there tonight. We got the 73 in the ATL. We got the Dallas duo over there. Tonight we dropped the Lone Star MVP. So like I said, there's a lot of shout out to the We Talk Mavs guys over there and the work they're putting in, not only on their channels, but the partnership with Court Kings there, man. But this joy right here, man. Let me get fire emojis in the chat if y'all feeling this, because this is ridiculous. And we'll definitely be back touching on this shirt throughout the show, man. But shout out to my guy Chris. Absolute body bag with that artwork right there, man. Way go, man. Speaking of Rail, man, shout out to you, brother. Seeing you here, man. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you for your continued support, man. Keep killing it over there. Tamika, what's up with you? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. I told you he was in here, man. Chris, what's good, my brother, man? Nah, you the GOAT. Everyone saw that graphic. That was ridiculous fire, man. That was way go, man. Appreciate you, man. That was crazy heat over there, man. Fire. Patrick, what's going on with you? Hello to you as well, man. Appreciate you. Kurt says, I'm only here for the theme music. Appreciate you for that. Hey, Craig, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Know what you mean. Appreciate you. Here we go. Kane Carter scam. We're going to talk a lot about Darvin Ham. I'm going to let y'all vent tonight. So go ahead and get it off your chest, man. We got a lot to get off our chest, man. We're sitting here in the 10th seed in the Western Conference, man. We expected more for this team, man. I'm disappointed in this team, frustrated with this team. And but the point is, man, I've really been seeing this coming for months. Like even when the things started doing good, they're like, "Are you back yet? Are you back yet? Do you trust them yet?" I'm like, I got trust issues with this team, man. I got trust issues with this team. I will for the remainder of this season until they start to get things right. And in the next season, and they've got to make this up to us. They owe us. They owe us. The Lakers got an IOU headed our way. When I say our way, I mean Laker Nation's way. IOU. They owe us an IOU, man. After overachieving last year, saving last year's season, and then coming in, getting all the way to the Western Conference Finals, obviously ended in a way that we did not love or like, obviously. But then coming back, man, a lot of us, including myself, felt really strong about the postseason that we had, that we had. Felt really excited about it, had a stellar preseason, and just started the season like trash, man. And then started to kind of put things together, went on that in-season tournament run. And it just feels like the second they came out of that in-season tournament, the wheels fell off, and they just haven't been able to put this ride back together, man. They've had stretches, they've had moments, but they just can never put the ride back together, man. And now we sit here, 2 games left, fighting for our lives, trying to avoid the 10th seed. And no matter what we do, here's the thing. I don't see a world where we get the 7th seed. I don't see it. I mean, pray to the basketball gods, pray to whoever it is you pray to, whatever this, that, and the third. I don't see a world where we land the 7th seed. So either we get 10th, 9th, 8th, whatever it is, man. The only hope here is that we get 8th, we win, and we get 7th, and we do not face Denver in the first round. Because if we end up with 8th, and then we catch Denver in the first round, Lord have mercy. That's all I'm going to say. The one team we do not want anything to do with, we've messed around and put ourselves in position to face in the first round. Lakers, you owe us, man. You owe us. The IOU, man, with interest. The VIG is running, man. The juice is running. We want points on that product. We want points on that package, man. You owe us. You owe us. You sold us a bill of goods. We were super excited, man. We trusted you early out the game. We figured out, oh, wait till Gabe gets back. Wait till Vando gets back. Oh, wait till Christian Wood gets going. Wait till Bron. No. Nothing has worked. You got Darvin and his nonsense, Bron and his nonsense, AD and his bad luck, Gabe Vincent and his Kawhi knees, ligament Leonard knees. Shout out to Kawhi. I hope he gets back soon. Christian Wood and all his craziness, right? Just like everything, man. Austin Reeves starting the year terrible. D'Lo basically taking PTO all of December. There's just so much that's gone wrong. Too much to go wrong to just really expect this team or had faith in this team to put it back together. It was almost unreasonable to think that. It was almost unreasonable to think that, man. JSJ, what's good, my guy? Said 10th seed, baby. Let's go. Hey, man, it is what it is right now, right? Kane Carter says, I hope to God we can find a way to get the 8th seed. Well, I'm saying the 8th seed, man. Yeah, because if we get the 8th seed and then win that one and get 7, man, that is our only hope right now. That is our only hope right now. Because even if we 10 or 9 and we win and then we play whatever it is we win and then we get 8th. Ooh, oh man. Making the playoffs is better than not making the playoffs. Making the playoffs, yes. But when you go to the Western Conference Finals, get swept, and then you got to fight and crawl and just everything just to get in and all that, and then you're going to be burnt out again, and then you are facing the team that you have no answer for, and you're probably going to be out of energy again. And it's going to be the same scenario. And this is what you don't want. The absolute best scenario for the Los Angeles Lakers is no matter how it lands, is they somehow get the 7 seed by getting the 8 seed and winning the playing game, the 8 versus 7. That is the only thing we should be praying for right now, because we want nothing to do with the Denver Nuggets in round 1. We just don't. Patrick says, it's a mess, but I love our chances in the play-in as long as we have both AD and Bron healthy. The Nuggets are a bad matchup for us, but I don't think Bron is afraid to face them in a best of 7. The afraid is one thing. I'm not afraid of Denver. I just don't trust this team against Denver. I'm not afraid. But what I'm saying, I don't think Bron or AD are afraid of them. They're kind of like, they're just kind of like, they're kind of naive about it. Like they think they can still beat them, even if the world thinks they can't. Like they still think, which is good. You want them thinking that. But at the end of the day, we've seen nothing. We've seen nothing over the last 2 years that shows us any type of reality that they have a chance to beat this team 4 times out of 7. We've seen nothing over the last 2 years. Nothing. Now, does that mean it can't happen? No. But would I bet the house on it? Hell no. Would not. Would not. So, like I said, man, they put themselves, they made this bed, they got to lie in it. And if I'm them, they got to do whatever they can to try to get up to 7, man. They just got to do it. Darvin Scam is the worst coach in the history of the world outside of Doc Rivers. I've seen a lot of bad head coaches, man. A lot of bad head coaches, but I get it. Recency bias. I get it. Now we know who gave the flu to Bron. Pause, man. Come on now. Man, you know what's funny, man, is I was sitting there and I was like, man, I was I went to like 4 of the first 7 Dodger games, man. I was at the stadium. I was just living my best life, man. And I need to chill because you beat around too many people too many days in a row, or maybe from work or something. I don't know, man. But when I was, and apparently, I set up a live stream when I was leaving the stadium on Thursday. Then I got stuck in traffic. I didn't even know that I was just typing it in like I was about to create one, never even finalized it. And searchers hit me up like, yo, people are waiting for you. I'm like, bro, I don't even got a show. But so I apologize for that. I forgot about that. That even happened. But I was stuck in a parking lot for an hour and a half to get out of the Dodger game last Thursday, bro. Dodger Stadium. Y'all got to get that figured out. That is nuts. There's going to be sellouts all season. Get that right, bro. That was bananas getting out of that parking lot. Nuts. But yeah, man, that flu was nothing nice. And again, sorry I had to be away for a bit here. And missed you guys here, but we back now. We back. Big baby, what's going on, my guy? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you, man. If y'all didn't see, Big Baby was in the house out there at Spectrum, man. And there were Ali, Clifton, James, Worthy, Geeter, man. He was in there with all of them over there, man. Go and check out Big Baby Sports over there, man. Proud of you, man. Keep putting in that work. Good job over there, man. Good job over there, man. Go check him out over there. Kings lost. Yeah, saw that. Kings lost. But again, the Lakers need everything to go their way, and still they need to show up and handle their business. And this team is hard to trust that they're going to do that, man. The flu is this flu was horrible, man. That's what I was saying when people were giving LeBron hell for that. I'm like, bro, if he had anything close to the strain that I had, I'm impressed with the fact that he even played the other night, because, bro, that was, man. That was a hot mess. Hot mess. Big Baby says, this is what happens when this team is inconsistent 10 seed. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, we talked a lot last year, Big Baby, and I kept telling you I wasn't too worried about that team. I really wasn't last year. Last year, I was not too worried about that team. This year, I am not this one I'm not I am definitely concerned with. Like, not night and day compared to last season's team. They screwed AD, not giving him a real backup center. Yeah. So the thing is with that is, Kane, is here's a problem, right? Here's a problem. So the Lakers can't solve all the problems. The real problem with the Lakers, and this is going to come off different than what I intended to be. It's going to be taken differently because I know people are, but it's not meant how it's going to be taken. So I just want to be clear about that right now. The reason this team is the way it is because our highest paid player should not be our best player as far as LeBron James, right? Anthony Davis should be our best player. He's not, right? So the problem is here, right? We were constantly getting cooked by teams with wings, right? So you had to go out there and get guys who can play the wing or guard wings. You had to go out there and get guys that can do that. So in doing so, and then you're getting killed by guards. You couldn't shoot. You can't shoot. So you got to go guys who can shoot, right? The Lakers moved all the way up. I think they're top 8 in three-point shooting for the season. So that narrative that they can't shoot, that's false, right? So you go and you get your shooters. You go out, you get your wings. You got Braun, you got AD. And then you try to get a point of attack defender in Gabe Vincent because you don't have one because you let Dennis go, right? So you're sitting there now at that point, all you have is a minimum for a big. And there really just isn't that guy. The Lakers need a non-minimum big to play with AD. The problem is you can't get that non-minimum big when you need wings because Braun and Rui can't guard wings. And you need shooters. And you still need to try to find a guard defender. The problem is you just can't get all of these when you don't build through the draft. You move them all out of there. Your money to go 3 for this guy, this many for this guy, and then your money's tied up in one guy instead of 2 or 3, and then you can't fill all these holes. So they solved their wing problem, which is why they went 3-1 against the Clippers, like 3-2 against Phoenix, 3-1 against OKC. Like, they went and solved that problem, which has been their major problem for the whole season for years, was they couldn't guard wings, which is what most of the league is full of, is the wings. And you go and you solve that problem. Then you get shooters. You just don't have enough now for that big. So you have to pick your poison here. Because if you get that big, then you don't got shooters. Or you don't have the wings. You've got to pick your poison here. So, and that's what it comes down to. You can't have them all. So if you go and get that big and you don't have your shooters, and all of a sudden teams just zone you out and you just get killed because you can't shoot. And they're like, okay, we got the big, but we can't shoot now. You get what I'm saying? You can't check every box. You can't be able to shoot with the top shooting teams, defend with the top defending teams, be a top rated offensive rating with all the rest of the teams, while being a top rebounder of all the other teams. You can't do that unless you build that through the draft. It's hard to do that when you're trading, getting minimums, and getting mid-level guys. It's borderline impossible to fill a roster that way. And that's where the Lakers are, where they are right now. AD needs facial protection. I mean, he does, but he doesn't appear likely to do it. Purple and Gold, what's going on, man? He said, hey, Jeff, you're back, my brother. The Lakers family missed you. Let me start pouring my Jack Daniels while I listen to you. That's right. I appreciate you, and I thank you, man. And again, I'm sorry for the absence, and I'm sorry for the time between videos. Like I said, I just was not well enough to do shows. Like I said, your boy was going through it, man. It was not feeling well at all. Shout out to my wife, as always taking care of your boy, man. Shout out to Lucky, man. He did his part too. Shout out to Lucky. But yeah, man, I was in no condition to do shows. I wasn't even online. I'm not gonna lie. Between Thursday night and like Monday, I remember checking in with people on Monday, like, yo, catch me up. I have no idea what's going on in the last like 2-3 days. Nothing. I didn't see that Cleveland game. Like I didn't see the Dodgers in Chicago. Like I missed everything. Everything. I missed everything. So I had to play catch up here, man. So, but thank y'all for checking in. Thank y'all for your support, man. Chow Lee, hello to you, man. Appreciate you for tuning in as always. Craig says, should Lakers rest LeBron and AD the last 2 games? No. That just guarantees the 10th seed. Do not do that. AD need nose protection and Nick Cannon. Yo, that's hilarious, man. Said need those worthy goggles. Yeah, man. Him, Cap, like they had those goggles for a reason, man. But he won't do it. I don't think he's gonna do it, man. Stunner, salute to you, man. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Gilbert, what's going on with you, man? Said, what up, Laker Familia? Appreciate you. Thank you for being a member. As always, man, I appreciate you. I'm going to become a member over here, man, at Empire Jeff TV. We got 3 different levels here. We got the mini mid-level, the mid-level, and the full mid-level. Man, for less than the cost of lunch, man, you can become a member over here, support the channel. I'm going to be giving away some tickets to the Dodgers soon, man. Going to be giving away some merch. Going to give away some memorabilia, some members-only videos and all that, man. So going to become a member, man. Drop a like on the video if you have not done so already, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. We would greatly appreciate you, man. We got over 50 people in the building right now. Only 16 likes. Come on, man. Tap that like button, man. It's free. And subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Greatly appreciate those who have done so already. But 16 likes this far into the game on this show. Come on, man. Let's get these likes up. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all. Let's see. We got Tony here. Says, pay LeBron less if he wants to sit all the time. What's up, Tony? Well, I mean, I don't fault Bron for sitting with the flu, man. Like I said, I'd be a hypocrite if I was blaming him. I couldn't even get out of bed, and this man actually played one of those games. So that flu was no joke. Like I said, I don't know. I can't speak to the strain that he had. I know the one I had was pretty rough. No way in hell I could have played at a basketball game with that. So like I said, I don't think he chose to sit that. If he's sick, he's sick. I mean, at the end of the day, like, man is 39 years old. He's played more than he's going to top the 65 game this year. So him and AD both. So the biggest probably concerning part about this is that LeBron and AD have played the bulk of the season, and the Lakers are still the 10th seed. That's the scary part, is that they've played. The problem is Vando. Problem is Gabe Vincent. The problem is Rui missed a lot of games. The problem is Christian Wood just never really did his part, and now he's out maybe the rest of the season, right? So you have all these issues and all these problems and all these injuries, and then you finally start to put some things back together. And that's why I was saying, man, when they did that Vando, when he got hurt and they came out and said, okay, he's not out for the season, and everyone was pom-pomming, I was like, yo, wait, man, I'm telling you, I'm not convinced he's coming back. I did a video that day. And I'm still not convinced he's coming back. And even if he does come back, like, he's going to come back like Gabe. Like I said, when you're out an entire season like Gabe, it's so hard to just get plugged in and expect and contribute to a team that's trying to make a playoff run. It's really hard to do, man. Really, really hard to do. Hey, Tony, thank you. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to King Chris. That's what's up, man. Yeah, shout out to Chris. Appreciate you, Rel, man. Appreciate you. That shirt is fire, bro. Let me throw it up here again for those who didn't see it, man. Once again, we dropped some new heat tonight. Showboat, man. Golden Throat and the Golden Child, man. Chick Hearn and Kobe Bryant, man. For those who are from that era, man, who remember those playing cards, man, and like remember those basketball cards, man. The Showboat right there, man. Him on the TV. But look at the details in the graphics of the TV right there, the old school TV with Kobe and Chick Hearn on there. Kobe holding his a slam dunk trophy there, man, with the great Chick Hearn right there. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful artwork by my brother Chris here, man. Head on over to shopcourtkings.com, man. Still with free shipping right now to get your merch, man. It's right there on the front page, ready to go, man. So if you have not, made that purchase yet, man, head over there, shopcourtkings.com. Fire, fire, fire shirt here, man. Great work as usual, Chris, man. This is just incredible, bro. What did I leave off here? Let's see. Yeah, man, Chris is just ridiculous, bro. He's ridiculous, man. Hayes been playing better. So Hayes is, like I said, like I've always told you guys, man, Hayes is good in pace and in space. Like he's solid in pace and space. Where you're gonna have problems with Hayes is when you go up a really like a true big, right? Or when the game slows down in the playoffs and there's congestion or there's in traffic. Like that's not Jackson Hayes' game. If you're out there running, the Lakers are playing in pace, which I think the Lakers are like top 4 in pace in the league. So someone like Jackson Hayes on a team that plays in pace, he can get some numbers. But when the playoffs are against veteran teams, when the game slows down, that's when someone like Jackson Hayes is going to struggle. And that's what I've always said when it comes down to Jackson Hayes. He can only do so much for you out there. He's really light in the wallet, man. He's not strong. He's athletic, but he's not a big that you want really out there with AD. Ideally, that was going to be someone like a Christian would be one of those bigs, and kind of one of those burly bigs would be another one, right? One of those real tough, strong bigs would be one of those bruising bigs. Would have been ideal. The match between Christian Wood and Anthony Davis. They just don't have it. They just don't have them, right? So, and like I said, it's really hard to go out there and have everything you need on a roster. When your top guy is 39 years old, making $50 million, and you got to fill in the rest around there while being hard capped. It's just really hard to build a team out like that. It's really, really hard to build a team out top to bottom and check every box there, man. Kane says Darvin scam gave me gray hair. Yeah, Darvin. This is why I said, man. I said months ago, and I repeated it weeks ago, and I repeat it again now. I wish they just would have went and just like, I'm not as hard on him as all you guys are, but I wish they would have just ripped the Band-Aid off months ago. Just to put that excuse to bed. Just get it out of there and then see what this team is capable of. I saw reports coming around today about Phil Handy. I don't think we want that either. We don't want another rookie head coach, man. We like I said, like Phil Handy's not the answer. He's not a head coach. He's a player development guy. So I wish they would have just gotten rid of Darvin, months ago, just so we could have thrown that distraction out the window and just went from there. But I knew they weren't going to do it, right? So I was still hoping that and rooting for him to figure it out, because I knew we were stuck with him for the remainder of the season. Now, if they flame out here and then they go out in the first playing game or even the first round, then he's probably gone, right? So most of you guys are going to get your guys' wish at that point. But right now, there's just nothing we can do about it. I wish there was. I wish he was already gone, but he's not. And God forbid they get in and win around, man, because he may be sticking around. And that's going to be a concern, because I don't want to have to deal with this anymore, man. I just don't want to have to deal with it. Like, it's so toxic. Like, everywhere you go, like, you can't even go online. Like, people are just so enraged and just like every little thing. I get tagged in so much stuff on Twitter, man, just about any little thing that gets mentioned about Darvin. They're like, I just get tagged in everything. Stuff that doesn't even matter. Stuff that has nothing to do with anything. Like, people are so obsessed with this situation. Like, just move on from him already, man. Let's get some level of peace back. All right, just move on for him. People are just too obsessed and too crazed over this, man. The Wolves game was so crucial. It was, and losing AD, not having Braun was crucial, right? And but like I said, they hung around 5-6 points, right? But the reality was they're never going to win that game, because it was Minnesota was going to hit their second win and put them away, and that's what they did. The Lakers just didn't have enough firepower in that game, and you can't have guys out here just doing nonsense and stupid stuff over and over and over, man. D'Lo and AR, just careless turnovers. D'Lo, if D'Lo does not have, I'm not even going to say a great game. I mean, if he gets 22, 24, I don't know about that being a great game, but maybe for him that is, as a third guy, fourth guy. Without D'Lo having a great game, it's really hard for this team to win. So having to rely on D'Lo to have a great game is tough, but they really can't win unless he does, because Bron and AD just aren't almost enough. And then Rui can go out there and get you 20, right? Rui can go out there and get you 24, 25, even 30. but he's getting grilled, filleted, and cooked on the other side of the ball. So if Rui gives you 25, but he's giving up 24, 25, then he just washes himself out there, right? So while Rui can get you buckets, and I know a lot of people only look at scoring, but then when you look on the other side of the court, those guys are scoring at will on him because he's guarding out of position because Braun can't be guarding wings out there all game. And it's just like, it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? And this is why. So it's like, that's why I always was hoping and praying that Vando would get healthy and he'd be able to find his way into that starting lineup, because our starting lineup is at its best when Vando's in there for defensive purposes, when you got D'Lo and Reeves in the backcourt, because then you got Vando, Braun, and AD out there. You have more defensive players on the court who can play defense. Braun picks and chooses when, but you have three guys who can play defense and only two that really can't. Then it sways the other way versus three guys who don't play defense and only two that can. 1.5 really, right? So it's just a problem that way. I love Rui, and Rui should be getting starter level minutes, but I think that when Vando's healthy, I've always felt that he should be a starter. Kane says Hayes' numbers don't mean much, as crazy as it sounds, because his defense doesn't always translate and he fouls too much. Yeah, that's my point. I see another super chat in the building down here. Appreciate you, Ozzy, man, for the 199 super, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Would you just rest players for the play-in? I wouldn't, because, hopefully the Warriors cough one up, right? And you want to play for at least a home game in that play-in. And I wouldn't, man. No, go out swinging, man. Empty the clip. Fire away, man. Let it rip. I'm not going to sit back and just hand it over. Like I wouldn't do that. I would say we got to go out with a fight. Definitely got to go out with a fight. In my opinion, that's just my opinion, man. What's going on, Charlie? Appreciate you as usual, man. Let's see. He said, "What's up with Wood? Is his knee really that bad, or is he going through off-court BS?" Both. So, like I said, I'm not even sure if Christian Wood. Well, obviously, I mean, if the Lakers don't make the playoffs, or if they go out in the first round, he's probably not back. If they go further in the playoffs, he probably can make it back on the based on the timeline. But I don't know. The Lakers have turned into the Clippers when it comes to injury updates. I don't trust them when they give updates, because they'll make it seem like it's not as bad and then it ends up bad. And they'll make it seem like it's bad and then the guy's back. So it's like, I don't know. I don't trust them when it comes to injury updates, man. I just don't. Chris says, Jeff, I remember on Around the League how excited you was for this team. I was super excited for this team. That's why I got people coming. I get all kinds of people, man. I get called a Darvin lover. I get called a Laker hater. I'm like, bro, do you listen to me? I'm like, I love the Lakers, man. I bleed purple and gold, but I know what it is. I'm a realist, man. I don't get too high. I don't get too low. Like I know what my team is. I watch every minute of them play. Like if I miss a game, I record it. I go back. Most of the games I watch it again the next day and break it down. So it's like, I know my team. I know my team tendencies. I know their moods. I know I know my team, right? So like when something's not right and you can see it, like, then you just know this, it's just not right. It's been that way for a while now. And even when they were hitting that stride, things started feeling better. Like things started looking better. It was just one little thing for not only the team to fall apart, but for the fan base to fall apart, right? This fan base and his team are aligned in where it's like, you can win 9 in a row, but you lose the 10th and it's like the sky is falling. And it's that type of just like erraticness that's toxic. It's toxic. Like it really is toxic. Like it's tough to deal with. It's tough to cover. It's tough to talk to people who are just that crazy about it, right? Because it's just like, yo, we won 9 of 10. Bro. Like, get it together, right? Like at the end of the day, this team is going to do what it does. We have no control over it. We support them, we love them, we watch them. But at the end of the day, like, this team is going to be what this team is, and this team is going to do what this team is going to do. So I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to see the game the way I see it, call the way I see it. And I encourage everyone to do the same. But at the end of the day, let's not lose our minds over this, man. Let's not go so ballistic. I know we're passionate. I know we love it. But sometimes people just beat a dead horse so bad and go so far over the line. It's like their pride is bruised. So they just got to go further, right? And it's like, bro, like, relax. Yeah, it sucks. It's frustrating. It's annoying. It's stupid. I'm right there with you. But those fans that were like death threats, if I catch Darvin, it's on site, like all they're like, first of all, be careful what you wish for. That man will probably jack you up. Secondly, it's not that serious to go after like the the person. Bad coach, bad strategy. Cool. But like taking stuff to that level, it's just nuts to me, man. But yeah, I was very, very excited about this team. But it took me about 9 games to lose trust in them. And they never got it back from me. I loved the in-season tournament victory. I loved it. That felt great. There was something special about in December being able to be around the TV with your boys and be into a game like it was a playoff game. That was special. I loved it. I don't regret that for a second. I still enjoy that win because, like I said, they have more memories and moments at that time. It was great. But the wheels fell off after. And that definitely sucks. And this team has not been the same since. Tony says, how many back-to-backs we forfeit sitting players? The Lakers weren't too terrible in those, but the problem is with the Lakers was just, I'm telling you, it was that post in-season tournament. It's just that game in Dallas, everything fell apart. They just never really put it back together after that. And you can't really point to one thing, Tony, because there's too many things to point at. Too many things. Like even if they fired Darvin 5 games into the season, this team will not be a top 4 seed just because they got rid of Darvin. I don't care what anyone says. This team has bigger problems than that. The people that cover the league know this. They speak about that openly. People in the league know this. The Lakers have bigger problems than just Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham is a problem, but they've got bigger problems. They've got bigger issues. So at the end of the day, I wish he was out of here. I wish he was gone. And hopefully he is soon. But this team's got more issues than just that. Kind of what you're saying there. You know, players sitting in this game, Bron one game or 80 another. Trying to figure that out, right? You had those bad Houston and San Antonio losses, man. That really bad, getting swept by the Kings, swept by the Nuggets, blowing games, they've had so many moments. When you're looking at the Lakers record, right? When you go and you look at the Lakers record, the Lakers are sitting here 10 games above 500, right? And they're in the 10th seed. Now, I just want to paint a picture real quick. I just so people can understand and bring some kind of like level-headedness to this real quick, because I think it's important to talk about this, because I don't see a lot of people talking about this, and it's important. All right, the Los Angeles Lakers are the 10th seed in the Western Conference. They've won 7 of 3. Now they've lost 2 in a row. That hurts, but they went on a stretch where they had like the 3rd best record in the league, I think, since February 1st. I think since February 1st. I don't think it's March 1st. I think it's since February 1st. The Lakers have the 3rd best record in the league. And they could not move up in the standings. They're still at 10th because that back-to-back came off a 5-1 road trip where they easily could have gone 6-0. They come home off a 5-1 road trip. They've lost 2 in a row, and they're in the 10th seed. When they were in the 9th seed after just being blistering hot. Had a little setback, they're 10th. But my point is this, and just stay with me for a second, because I think it's important. And again, I don't hear a lot of people really talking about this a lot. The Lakers are 10th in the Western Conference, 11 games out of first place as 10th. 10 games above 500. In the Eastern Conference, the number 10th seed is 8 games below 500, and they are 26 games out of first place. There is a 15-game difference between being out of first place in the East and the Western Conference. So just think about that for a second. The Lakers could potentially win 47 games this season. Potentially. That will put them 4th in the Eastern Conference. 2 games back of 2nd. You get what I'm saying? So some perspective, which is nothing to celebrate. It's nothing to pop champagne to. I'm just trying to add a little context here. The Western Conference is unforgiving. And even when the Lakers were going on tears, they just could not make up ground to afford this slip up. They just couldn't do it. Nothing they did was enough. They just could not make up ground. Excuse me. They could not make up ground. And like I said, third best record in the league since February 1st. They have a 2-game hiccup, and they're 10th in the West. That's the reality we're in. That's the world we're in. But when you put yourself in this position, now we could sit here and say that we've had the third best record in the league since February 1st. But when we talk about our December and January, those games that we lost early, those games we blew, those games, they're coming back to bite us now, which we knew. The Western Conference is unforgiving. So when you're sitting here going on a tear, you got to pay the piper for that. Like I said, man, the juice is running, man. The vig is running. You're paying points on the package here, man. Points on the product. It's coming to collect for December and January. And now that that's being paid. Because February, March, April, pretty solid. But you can't not take the regular season serious for 2 months in the Western Conference and expect it not to blow up in your face. And that's where we're at, yo. That's where we're at. Miss Angie B, what's going on? Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you, man. Empire Jeff TV's own Angie B. Thank you for pulling up. Hello, hello. I don't get your notifications anymore. YouTube is mad at me, Angie. I took a week off because I was sick. Prior to that, I was a little busy, and I only did like 3 shows that week before. So I gotta get back in Google's good graces. I gotta send Google some flowers and apologize profusely and send chocolates and all this stuff, man. I need to get back on the good graces, man. So, but I'm, gotta work on it. And my schedule's still crazy, man. I got a lot going on. So I'm gonna do my best to try to get back in the good graces of Google, man. I'm just a busy guy, man. And it's so hard to make time for all this, man. I had to pretty much abandon playback because I just don't have the time for it right now. But hopefully back for playing in playoffs, though. Kane says, worst front office ever. I've seen a lot of worse front office, man. Come on now. I'm nervous for D'Lo in these games. His game's nice, but I'm concerned how he'll do given how reliant he is on shooting. Well, he can shoot. Like I said, I mean, relying on shooters are relying on shooting. And he's having a great shooting year. LeBron's having a great shooting year. And like I said, the Lakers are top 10 in three-point shooting. For most of the years, we've had a team that just couldn't shoot. Now we can. The team can shoot. The problem is the team, is terrible at second chance points. Team for themselves, but then gives up too many second chance points in the other team, right? Defense is like around 20th. Offensive, they're middle of the pack, I think 15th. A lot of things that the Lakers have improved on, and they fall apart the other way. The second their offense improves, their defense slips. The second their defense improves, their offense slips. They can never get everything right at the same time, and that's mainly because guys being in and out of the lineup. And so that's the main thing. The biggest thing that describes the inconsistency of this team is the inconsistent minutes of these players on the floor. And that's been the biggest problem for this team all season. Mavs against the Clippers should be epic. Yeah, absolutely should be epic, man. Who y'all got in that series, man? I got the Mavs winning that. I don't think we have an update on Kawhi's status. I hope he's all right. I don't want to see him, go down like that again. But that will be an epic battle for sure. I got the Mavs in that battle, though, man. Definitely got the Mavs in that battle. Kyrie and Luka are going to kill them, wear them down, and getting those guys' heads. And oh, my God, man, that's going to be a good one right there. That's going to be a good one. We need New Orleans Pelicans to beat the Golden State Warriors and Phoenix to beat Sac. We beat Memphis. We 7 tomorrow. No, I don't think that's the case. Well, not 7 because Phoenix is two games ahead of us right now. So there's no way we can be in 7th by tomorrow. Laker Life, what's going on, man? I bet your house on it all day. Bet my house, right? Not yours. What's going on, Laker Life? Appreciate you, man. That's funny. I see what you did there. Lakers, Warriors, and Sac all even on wins and losses. But Phoenix is not. They're 2 games ahead of us in the loss column, man. We Suns and Pelicans fans tomorrow. I hate being that, man. Oh, yeah, there you go. Sorry, 8th, not 7th. There you go. Yeah. I hate having to root for other teams, man. I hate that, man. I hate that. I just want to root for my team. Hate that, man. It's insulting to see the Bulls and Hawks in the playing spot. The East really do be trash. Yeah, it's tough, but man, you in the West. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was talking about. How the Lakers couldn't afford to come out and have the start to the season like they did. They can't come out and start the season or like in and have that January February uh December, January run like that and expect not to have to pay tax on that later in the season because that's going to happen, man. I'm trying to catch up here, guys. They could have invested that money in a real big over game vid state. Well, there you have it, right? So that I agree with you, but they needed a point of attack defender, Kane. And here's the thing. So let's say you get a big. Well, I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm trying to say is the point of it's impossible to have 2-star players at max money, have shooters, have wing 3D wing defenders, and have that big, and have your defensive guards too. You can't have all of that. So when you're going up against a team where you just got destroyed, and reality is if Joker kills you, Joker kills everybody, but you needed some type of answer from Murray, right? Is what you really needed. So you go out there and you figure, okay, I mean, you got Christian Wood, you got Jackson Hayes, you got Anthony Davis, you got Ruby, you got Baron. You figure that's your front line, right? So they probably and Vando too. So they pretty much probably put a little bit too much stock in Christian Wood, which okay, fair, right? Fair. But at the end of the day, if they went with a big and gave a big 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, whatever it is, million, and still had no point of attack defender, we'd have a problem this season. We ended up not having it anyways because Gabe got hurt, right? But what I'm saying is that's my point. We can't check all those boxes that we need. We were going to have to pick and choose, and maybe he thought he can make a move to get that big. And and they tried, but it's hard to do. You know, it's just hard to do. You can't check every box when you build teams the way the Lakers built teams. And when you draft your own and keep your own, you can do it. But when you're trading 3 for 1 or 4 for 2, whatever it is, like then you're taking away these slots, and it just becomes problematic. Bron taking max and sitting all the time. He doesn't sit all the time, but again, he's 39, man. Rui has gotten better on D through the season. Also, I really wish we could have drafted a nice big over JHS. Yeah, drafted a nice big. I just don't know how much a rookie big would have played, though. You know, but I agree with you. You're on point with everything you're saying, Ken. What I'm saying is like I hope you understand where I'm coming from. It's just impossible to check every box. Dan Inspiration, what's going on, man? Other teams have bigs, wings, and have chicken wing. Our max player always sits as the problem. Let's see. We forfeit all of our back-to-back sitting Braun. Kane says, I really wish we kept Thomas Bryant. To be honest, he wasn't the best defender, but played hard and could take hits for AD. Yeah, and it's weird because they just never, that's another issue with Darvin. He never played those two together. And plus, AD was hurt a lot last year. So Thomas Bryant didn't have a lot of minutes with AD, and then he got traded at the deadline because he asked out. So it's just unfortunate, and he's still not getting many minutes. He hasn't seemed to catch minutes anywhere he's been because he doesn't rebound for his size and he doesn't defend. So again, and you end up that situation where it's like a Jackson Hayes or a Rui, where a guy maybe can get points, but he's just killing you on the other end. And at some point, you got to pay attention to that, right? You got to find a fix for that as well. Vando and Gabe injured all year. Imagine if only one of them got injured. I think we have a better chance in the 6th seed. Facts. I agree. Tony does not like Braun. Cuba, what's going on, man? He said you still black as Here you go, Cuba. What's going on, Cuba, man? What's going on with you, man? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you, man. I'm a little pale right now, man. I had the flu, ain't been out in the sun. Nah, man, I'm a little pale right now, man. I got to get back out in the sun, man. ASAP. Even though it's about to be raining, there's not to be no sun. But I got to get out there, man. Definitely got to get out there. Appreciate you tuning in, bro. Hope you're doing well, man. All healthy. My rotation would be D'Lo, Reeves, Rui, Braun, AD, bench, Spence, Max, Vando, Wood, Hayes. That would be perfect. I wish Vando was back. We really didn't. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad at all. Like I said, I love Rui. I just a philosophy thing. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. It's just a philosophy thing. I prefer to have Vando in the starting lineup for defense. Maybe helps us get keep another team in check for those first 6-7 minutes of a game. That's just my preference. Everyone has kind of a style they like, right? So that's just mine. That's the lineup that got us to the Western Conference Finals. And Rui can get buckets, so we can do his thing on or off the bench. I'm cool with Rui getting more minutes than Vando. But I like Vando in that starting lineup when he's healthy. It just brings the best out of D'Lo and Austin, and really takes some defensive pressure off of AD. And I think it just does so much for the team when he's in that starting lineup with that starting unit. Sign Braun to Mats next season. It's gonna get where he does not like Braun. He's on a full campaign here. Everyone, please like and subscribe, or Jeff will disappear again. I'm gonna try to disappear, man. I got sick, man. Like I'm really trying to. I'm gonna try to make up for lost time here, man. I appreciate you. But yeah, man, we got 28 likes in the video, over 50 in the building right now. 28 likes on the video. So please drop a like on the video if you can, man. We got pretty even here, man. We got 50 something on Twitter, 50 something on YouTube. So if you are on Twitter, shout out to y'all on Twitter, man. Drop a like on the post, man. Retweet it, man. Share it with the world. Go ahead and comment as well, man. Welcome to the conversation. We'd love to have you over here. But thank y'all, no matter where you are tuning in. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. But all we ask, man, is, like I said, the best way to help this channel grow is to put it out there in front of other people. That's dropping likes, that's subscribing, that's following on Twitter, retweeting, sharing the video on YouTube, and all that stuff, man, really goes a long way to help out the channel and the show. So we greatly appreciate you guys for doing so. But like I said, YouTube, come on, man. Come on, man. We got over 50 people in the building, man. 32 likes. Come on, y'all, man. Help your boy out here. Appreciate it. Let's see. I think I touched on that one already. Scam ruined the season by thinking Prince and Cam are Jordan at Pippen. No excuse. Injuries are not, homie. Did not trust his core for some reason, trying to find gems he liked. No, that's fair. He went too long with that experiment. I said so. I was a little bit more forgiving of Prince than Cam. I was like just out there, just completely frustrated with the Cam situation because, like I said, I felt Max shouldn't be getting those minutes all along. Torian Prince, I get it because he did help us win a lot of games, especially those Phoenix and Clipper games. Him being that wing out there, I think he did some things. I didn't love him as a starter. I don't think he should be starting, nor playing starting minutes. I think Torian Prince, 18 to 22 minutes a game, much better than 25 in the north of 25. And he did eventually get that right, but it took too long for him to get that right. Way too long for him to correct that. I agree. The Cam thing just never made sense to me from the get-go, and I still am bothered by that for sure. Eduardo, what's going on? Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you, man. While we have that scam in the bench, we are, the scam on the bench, huh? Good sides have all-star guards running their teams 80% of the time. We have role players, D'Lo and Reeves, handling the ball 80% of the time. Then we criticize these two for not stopping all-stars. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I don't necessarily. The thing with them is you have to compete, though, Tony. You have to compete. Like, right, you got to be out there and at least. I'm not asking these guys to play, like Stephen Clay. I'm not asking them to play like a Jamal Murray, John Morant. Like none of those guys. Like we're not like a De'Aaron Fox. Like we're not asking that, man. Make your shots, compete on defense, limit your turnovers, and just bring the effort, man. Bring the effort and just play smarter. When they do that, the team is better. Those two were starting guards that got us part of a starting lineup that got us to the Western Conference Finals, right? Like I said, that's why I keep saying that cheat code of having them out there is Vando. No Vando, those two are not ideal in the starting lineup. I'd almost prefer to break them up in the starting lineup. I've mentioned often about I'd rather have Reeves come off the bench without Vando. I'd rather have Max Christie not starting lineup because then you have offense off the bench because Austin plays the same whether he starts or come off the bench. He can play starters minutes and he can still close games. But Max in the starting lineup with D'Lo as opposed to Reeves, you have another guy who can at least defend, has the length, has the athleticism. Makes our lineup better out the gate when you don't have Vando out there. But they just never really went to that, even though the stats and the numbers and the lineup show that was our best lineup from a guard perspective to start the game when we were really going through it early in the season, man. Let's see. He's been sitting all season. He's not sat all season. He has it. Everyone, please like, subscribe, or Jeff will disappear again. Wait, didn't I touch on that one already? Wait. What happened? Okay, yeah. I'm tripping here. Let me see. There we go. Okay, my fault, yo. In the Wolves game, they were cutting it to 4, but then Ham threw 4 guards in there. That screwed up the momentum. So I'm going to walk you through there were 4 possessions at the end of the third quarter. This was purely on the players. Purely on the players. And Ham had some definitely goofs in that game, without a doubt. But I'm watching that game, and the final 4 possessions of the third quarter, if you go back and watch that, 4 different Lakers made 4 different bonehead plays that led to 4 different turnovers that led to 4 different buckets, including threes, to finish the third quarter for the Wolves. That destroyed the game right there. Now, you can say what you want about Darvin in that situation. I'm not here to defend him in this situation. I'm not. but it was 5 NBA players on the court making moves and decisions that are not NBA player like at the end of that third quarter. 4 different possessions that led to that mess. I don't care if he has 5 guards out there. Obviously not ideal. What I'm saying is the turnovers that they had were not turnovers that should have came from guards. And it was 4 straight that led to 4 straight buckets, including some threes. And that was the game. That's on the players. That's on the players. Again, Darvin got to go. Should have been gone already. I'm going to continue to say that. But what I'm saying is, my thing always coming back to also holding these players accountable. I don't care who's on that sideline. The end of that third quarter by those players was inexcusable. Inexcusable. I don't care who's out there on the floor. Inexcusable. Ham legit always be switching the momentum randomly. Black Mamba, what's going on, my guy? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you, man. What's good, Jeff? Man, not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous, bro. I'm not nervous, per se. I'm concerned because my team could be done with their season soon. So that's concerning. But at the end of the day, I'm not nervous because they've put themselves in this position. They've made their bed. That's on them. You know what I mean? I've given up counting on this team. I watch them, I root for them, and I'm just sitting back, okay, what's going to happen now? What are they going to do? They're going to be up 15. What are they going to do? What's going to happen? What kind of substitution pattern? What type of injury? What type of 0 for 13 stretch? What type of bonehead play? How many 3-pointers in a row is that other team going to hit? Like, I'm just waiting for some avalanche to happen at any given time when it comes to this team. And I don't want to think that way. I don't want to be, but I can't control my mind. I can't control my mind like, seen this movie before. I know how this ends. Like, I can't control that, man, because it's my basketball instincts. I can't control that. But it's this team. That's why I say my trust issues are real. I look at this team and I'm like, it's just so hard to trust them. Just so hard to trust them. Richard, what's going on, man? Would love Claxton. Think teams that are interested in him are projected to pick up bigs in the draft unless he resigns. I like Claxton too. I would like for them to go after him, but the Lakers, I don't know. It all depends what type of money the Lakers are going to have. I think Claxton's going to get more than the taxpayer mid-level. The Lakers are going to be a taxpayer, so they're not going to have that same mid-level they had last season. So they may not even be in the running for him, right? So depending on where the Lakers finish, and you also guys know I've been telling you all season that I can't predict the future. This could still go the other way, but I've been telling you guys all season that the Lakers are keeping this year's pick. The Pelicans were not going to take 24. They were locked in on 25. I was talking about that way before anyone else was, way before reports came out on that. I had gotten good intel on that months and months ago. Now, could I be wrong in the long run? Yeah, absolutely. Could New Orleans change their mind? Yes, absolutely. But everything I've heard and everything I've been telling y'all all season is that the Lakers are keeping that 2024 pick. Now, however, even with the Lakers keeping that pick, they still cannot trade those 3 picks that they're going to have until after they draft whoever they draft in 2024. They can't trade it right at the end of the season. They can't trade it before the draft. They can agree with the team, like, we're going to draft so-and-so for you, and then as soon as that's done, they can make the move. But they cannot make the trade. The trade cannot become official until after the player is drafted. All right? So we're not going to see a Laker trade, even if it's 1, 2, 3 picks or no, whatever it is, you're not going to see that trade happen until after the draft. So even the Lakers are going to have 3 picks this summer, regardless. They're going to have 3 picks. But that 24, it's going to have to, that would have to wait till after they take the actual pick. But it's going to be interesting, man, because there's so many rumors floating around about what those 3 picks could be. I'm telling y'all right now, man, the Lakers have bigger targets than Trae Young. Doesn't mean they're going to get him. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. But I'm telling you, the Lakers whiteboard, Trae Young is 3rd or 4th. He's not one or two. He's just not. Chow Lee says, what exactly happened with this Laker team? A lot, Chow Lee. Everything that could have went wrong with this team. Like literally everything that could have went wrong. And including having Bron and AD play damn near most of the season and still being the 10th seed. Even that went wrong. So it's like pretty much nothing went right. Stu Lance missed a lot of games this year. That never happens. Like so many things went wrong this year. Phoenix are going to say lose tomorrow. We can still move up. Yeah, we can still move up. Kurt says, Jeff, always appreciate you being realistic and not unnecessarily negative. Some Laker places online make you feel worse after popping in. Look, that's just my vibe, right? How anyone wants to do their show is completely, up to them, their chat and some want that type of atmosphere, right? Some want to go to that and vent and their frustration and get it out, and that's cool, no problem with that. But me, like I said, I've said since I started my channel, I feel I found my own little lane here that really no one is doing, right? And I just, I'm gonna stay in it, right? When it comes to Lakers and Dodgers, like I'm gonna stay in that lane, right? And my thing is always about breaking down the game. I'm a Laker fan, diehard, but I don't want to be up here and be a fanatic, right? I want to root for my team. I want to get excited. I want to do all this, but I want to cover this team more than I want to be a fan with a microphone, right? It's hard sometimes because I am a fan, but it's hard sometimes because I want to be that trusted voice that can be objective, honest, realistic, trustworthy. And no matter if they win by 50 or lose by 50, I want to cover the game the same. That's been a goal of mine since I started this channel. I've had a couple of moments or a couple of shows where I was frustrated and upset, and I'll have more. But as far as the law of averages, it's going to be this pace of me really breaking down the game how I see it, or listen to it, or read about it, right? Or share information, or people with my contacts, right? Or people that I talk to who cover the league or work with it. Like it's just me wanting to cover the league and this team. So that's always been kind of a goal of mine. I'm going to be a fan for life. I'm always going to be a fan. But I also want to take a stab at covering these sports, right? So I don't want to be known as just a homer. I don't want to be known as just blinded by fandom. And that's not saying that others are. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's what I want. That's what I want to be known for, right? So I appreciate you saying that, Kurt, because that's exactly what I'm trying to build here. That's exactly what I'm trying to be. And I feel like I've been that way. I feel that's kind of why people were drawn to me. I feel like when I went on other panels, I feel that's how I kind of stood out at times, is because everyone was just going wild and throwing It's real easy. It would be real easy to just follow the path of the blame Darvin for everything crowd. It'd be real easy to do that because everyone's doing that. But for me, and I want to be clear about this, for me, I'm not saying anyone else. I'm not saying anyone else. I'm not saying that they are. It's not what I'm saying. For me, that would be lazy because I know there's so much more to it. So for me, just to take that way out, just to get the likes and the clicks, it'd be easy because everyone's looking for that. It's easy. That's just gasoline to a fire. I'll probably get, if I went on a whole anti-Darvin campaign, I'd probably get the most views I've ever had. But that's not my truth. That's not how I see the game. I don't want to cheat the game. I don't want to cheat you guys. And like I said, I'm talking purely about me, how I see the game. So I'd be cheating you off. I didn't really step up here and talk to you guys how I really want to talk to you guys, right? So that's where I'm at with it. So like I said, I'm going to continue to be that way. So I appreciate you, Kurt, man. Thank you. Let's see. Major, what's going on, man? Jackson Hayes is a third center at best on most teams. Love the kid, though. Yeah, I think that's fair. Facts. I'm guilty of being toxic with this Lakers team. I'm working on it. Nah, Chris, you're not that bad, bro. You're not that bad. And when I say toxic, it's actually, I'm not speaking of really anyone I know. I'm just saying, like, some of the DMs I get, like some of the posts I get tagged in, or people I don't even know, like stuff like, that's why I really kind of stay off timelines. I really try to stay away from it because it's a strange place, man. It's a strange place. But nah, Chris, you're far from toxic. You're passionate. You're different. You're not anywhere close to toxic. No one in our crew is close to toxic. No one I know really is toxic, like that covers these teams. I'm not talking about creators. I'm talking about just the internet in general, the stuff like the fans that like threaten like death threats and hope something happens to these guys' families. Like, you're not that, Chris. Like, come on, like that's toxic. That's what I'm talking about. So it's some of these guys just go way too far with it. You're passionate, you love your team, and you get upset. You're free to rep your team and discuss your team any way you want to. That's why I want to keep being clear about that. I'm talking about me and keeping myself in check. And I have goals of wanting to cover sports and do these things, and just losing my mind and going crazy and getting away from who I am or my goals. I'm never going to get there. You get what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm talking about. But no, you're not toxic, Chris. No one in our crew is toxic. Purple and Gold says, what do you think about Bronny getting drafted by the Lakers this summer? Also, thoughts about the knucklehead interpreter stealing $16 million. So I told y'all, man, we're gonna talk Dodgers for a quick second. I told y'all, man, when that went down, Shohei's 100% clear in this, y'all. I know the guy's not taking a fall. No, he's not getting paid off. No. I am beyond convinced, man, that when immediately this went down, and those who watch my Dodger coverage, like, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is with me and the Dodgers coverage, right? Y'all know at this point, y'all pretty much know my intel is A1. A1. Better than almost any radio station out there. Like I'm telling you, my intel on the Dodgers is grade A, right? And immediately, I told y'all when this happened, I told y'all this went down in the locker room, in the clubhouse, excuse me, after game one. They did not know about this during game one. It came down in the clubhouse after game one. I said that before it was ever reported. And about 6 or 7 days, that report came out saying that. And then people are like, yo, how'd you know? Like, I got hit with like left and right. Like, just watch my Dodger coverage. You see my batting average, man. You get what I'm saying? So no, this was 100%. He got robbed. He got played. He got tricked. He was a little naive for trusting the guy too much more than he should have. And here's what I'm going to tell you, man. And I doubt I have any billionaires that listen to me. I doubt I have guys that make 600-700 million that listen to me. I doubt it. I want to be clear about that. But in the strange realm of reality, where someone who's got that type of cash, that type of capital, finds their way to this channel and hears this, hear me when I say this. This is the most important thing for you when it comes to your business and when it comes to who's handling your business. If you are worth more than $500 million, hell, more than 350, more than whatever it is, you need to pay the people who are handling your dough, handling your affairs, handling your interests, more than $100,000 a year. Because an average dude could get that. An average dude could get that. He don't got to work for you to get that. I'm sure he gets perks. He gets traveled around the world. He gets all this. You cannot pay that dude $100K. You are asking him to rob you. You are asking him to rob you. That's where Shohei messed up. Look at any walk of life of anyone who gets paid like that. It could be a street dude making millions. It ain't got to be hundreds of millions in the street. Millions. And you paying your lower level dudes nothing. You're gonna get got. You're gonna get got. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Shohei Ohtani, global icon, printing money. You cannot pay that guy $100K and expect to not get got. That's where Shohei messed up. Outside of that, this dude's crooked, and he's gonna get what's coming to him. But Shohei, 100% clean. The media has not liked this guy for a while. And you'll see when a guy is not liked, how fast they tear you down in the media versus when they do like you. And this guy was just not liked by baseball media. Jordan, what's going on, my guy? Says, man, we went from possibly having a home play-in to having to go on the road twice. Yeah, that's what hurts, Jordan. That's what I'm scared of. And the worst part about that, Jordan, is if we go on the road twice and we still finish with the 8 seed, we got Denver in round one, man. That's just a nightmare, man. Come on, man. This is crazy. Major says LeBron screwed this season when he openly wanted D'Lo and Rui traded. It took months to get them back mentally. Yeah. Again, I mentioned that earlier about Braun's leadership and passive aggressiveness and a lot of things that I felt that he has to own for this season. This is why I continue to say, while Darvin Ham is a problem and he should be gone and he should have been gone, that there are still plenty of other things wrong with this team outside of Darvin Ham. I've said that all season. I will continue to say that. I think for myself, I don't run with the wave and I run with the crowd. I know what I know. There is more problems on this team than Darvin Ham. And they will come out even more. Trust me. Tony says, do you think Genie will fire him? I think if they go out in the play-in or the first round, I think it's the closest to them doing it that we've seen. Sorry, guys. I've been holding that cough. It's more realistic that if he makes it to the second round. But I'm not going to root for my team to lose in the first round just so Darvin gets fired. You get what I'm saying? But if he gets out of the first round, then I don't know. But if he goes out in the first round of the play-in, then I think he's in trouble. We should just have one conference. That'd be great. I hear some people talking about that. Every time we made up ground, we would get injuries and sit players. He's still on this. Okay, answered that. Let's see. I'm going Mavs too. Angie, how many games though? How many games? He corrected himself. It'll be 8th. You're probably talking about something earlier, right? Yeah. So what happens is I'm way behind on chats. So when I see it, I'm reading as I go through it. So I probably didn't see when he corrected himself, but I'm sure if he did it after that, I mentioned it. Mr. 81, what's going on, man? Lakers should draft DJ Burns, huh? I know that big at UCLA too. What's his name? The center at UCLA, man. Really athletic dude. But I think they should get a big in this one. Here's the thing though. What if the Lakers, I think there's a way, like, I don't want to think that the Lakers will use a first round pick on Bronny unless they trade the pick and get multiple picks for that pick and then maybe use it on Bronny. Right. So there are some things that are brewing potentially for this Laker team, man. And they've got some things to figure out. And it is going to be what just happened here? Okay. There we go. Sorry. I'm checking on something real quick. Give me 1 second. I want to see something here real quick. One second, guys. I got something popped up here. Okay. Anyways, I'll get back to that. We needed a point of attack defender and a backup center back in the offseason. Combination of that, consistency, injuries, and questionable coaching. That's your season. Crazy. We're even in the plan. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, you guys understand what I'm saying about how we can't. I agree. First of all, I agree with you. But you guys understand what I'm talking about when I say that we can't have shooters, have wings, have a point of attack defender, and a legitimate big to play with AD. We can't have all that in the way this roster is built. We can't have it. So that's what I've been saying. So it's impossible to have all of those. It just is. So what I want to talk about, actually, you know what? Oh man, I had something I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to wait on it. But I'm going to say, nah. You know what? Let's talk about. I'll give a little hint at this right now because I've had my eye on this. And I've actually talked to a couple people in the last 2 weeks or so about this, but it really wasn't out there like that yet. I want to say today was the first time I saw a blimp of it, kind of. And I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, but I heard someone Shout out my girl Trista Crick, man. That's my girl right there, man. She's so dope. Trista pointed out something I've been looking at. And that Minnesota Timberwolves situation, what's going on with Glenn Taylor and A-Rod and his partner pulling back and the whole back and forth there. Well, their executive, Tim Connolly, has an opt-out this summer. He built the Denver Nuggets to what they are now. He left, took a bunch of money, went to Minnesota, built them to what they are now. And because of the hot mess potentially brewing up there, legalities, there's going to be suing, court, there's going to be all kind of bunch of stuff going on up there in Minnesota. If he decides to not want to be part of that and opts out, I know a lot of people got their eyes on Bob Myers, and I'm not as sold on Bob Myers as some. I've got a lot of reasons as to why that is. But Tim Connolly? Oh, for sure. For sure. Like, for sure. Let me say it again. If he opts out, the Lakers got to consider that. They have to. So you may be going into a summer. And I'm not saying this is going to happen, y'all. Darvin Ham, I think, is more likely than Pelinka. But you could be going into a summer where Pelinka and Darvin go. Or Pelinka gets a boss. They bring in a face to the basketball operations side, which is what I've said they've needed for a long time. But Tim Connolly, that's a guy the Laker fans should get to know that name. And they should hope that mess with A-Rod and Glenn Taylor, that he wants nothing to do with that. And then he wants to go somewhere else. And the Lakers decide to make that move. If the Lakers do that, I'll be a very happy person, man, because that dude he's very, very good at what he does. A lot of things have to go wrong in Minnesota, and a lot of things have to go right for the Lakers for that to happen. But I'm just saying, keep an eye on that. Like I said, I came across that, I want to say about 3 weeks ago. And I started digging, started hearing, started having conversations. Not about him coming to the Lakers, but just what do you think? Because I started asking about that before this mess with Minnesota popped off. And then one of my guys at the time had said, just see what happens in Minnesota. I'm like, you mean like if they go out in the first round? He's like, no. He goes, upper level stuff. I didn't know what he meant because I didn't know that the stuff with A-Rod was about to happen. Like that deal was going to fall apart. I didn't know. He was hinting, but I couldn't pick up on it because I had no idea. Like I thought that was pretty much done. So once that came out, then I knew what he was talking about then, and I reached back to him and I was like, But so that would be a name to keep an eye on for sure. And it hadn't really been out there like that. But my girl Trista, shout out to her. Her sneaky little ass picked up on it today. Shout out to you, Trista. It is that would be extremely, extremely interesting, man. Curtis Ferry, you're right. We need Zach LaVine. Here he goes. Don't you start that. Don't you start that, man. 18 in 2024. Please hit the like button. It's free. Thank you, Miss Angie. Appreciate you. Miguel, what's going on, my guy? Respectfully, F this team. I'm tired of this mediocre-ish show. Remember, I called this 3-4 months ago. Yeah, no, you did. No, I remember. I'm a lot of people like I said. I told you I lost trust in this team 3-4 months ago, man. Told you, man. It is. I've had trust issues with this team for a while. I'm gonna try to catch up to these. Lakers season is done. But Jeff, you see my boy Ohtani beat the case, not guilty. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. I was trying to tell you about that. No one wanted to listen to me. When it comes to the Dodgers, bro, listen to your boy, man. Just trust me. Trust me. Yeah, shout out to Ohtani, man. I feel bad for him, but he's starting to get it all together at the plate, man. I got evidence Darvin Ham is betting on NBA. This is why I get more mad when Lakers don't show up versus Kings and Warriors. The West always goes down to the wire, and these losses make it worse. Fremont, what's going on? And I appreciate you, man. He said, I disagree, Jeff. I wouldn't want to play for a coach who staggers my minutes. Also, Lakers are messing with max minutes in a contract year. Well, there's want to play and don't. But let me tell you something, Miguel. There are players and teams across this league who deal with this on a nightly basis. You're still paid to be professional. We all Plenty of people have jobs that they don't love and they still got to go in every day and do it right. So wanting to and having to is different, Miguel. So I understand what you're saying. I totally get it. But I have, um, believe it or not, there are more players on championship level teams. There are more championship level teams that have bigger problems that no one ever hear about. But because they won, a lot of it doesn't boil to the surface. But plenty of championship level or title teams go through the same thing, this exact same thing. But at the end of the day, leadership matters. And there are plenty of players and teams around the league who despise playing for a coach that they have, a player or a teammate that they have. I can tell you this right now. The main reason Paul George has not signed that extension with the Clippers, he is not a fan of James Harden. He's not. He's going to wait until he's going to try to leverage them to pick him over him in the offseason. He's not loving playing with him. And here you have a team that's the 5th seed in the West, higher than the Lakers, and they've got their issues. The same type of thing. And a lot of players on that team are not aligned with Ty Lue. A lot of players on the Dallas Mavericks are not aligned with Jason Kidd. I'm willing to guess the majority of the players on the Phoenix Suns are not aligned with Frank Vogel. So like I'm saying, this is not abnormal, Miguel. This is not abnormal at all. Difference is you got to show up and play. You're getting paid. You're a professional. This ain't AAU. This ain't high school where you can sit and pout on the bench. You got to get out there and show up. So a little different. But it's different than when you got a high school coach that's got a teenager unmotivated. It's a little different. These guys are professionals. Totally different situation. Pels giving the Lakers their pick this year, knowing it's worth just as much as a bag of Taki. Yeah, well, I mean, to some teams will still look at it as three first-round picks going out potentially, right? And you could look at it, and every week draft, you can sit back and say that everyone's labeled a weak draft, or you can get guys in a not so deep draft, but an okay draft, and you get like 27, 28, 32, 34 guys who pop and go, right? So like I said, first-round picks will still be valuable, very well, maybe not in a deep draft here, but they could still pop on someone. They could still hit on someone with the first-round pick. So again, I think what people have to understand when it comes to the draft, and this is very important. I've said this often, I'll continue to say it. You don't always win the draft by getting a star player. You can't get a star player every year in the draft. You win multiple drafts, or you have a good track record in the draft, or you have good scouts, or you have a good formula when you draft players who contribute to winning long term, whether it be a 7th, 8th, level player, a bench player, your 5th starter, your 4th starter. Like, you don't have to get an all-star. You have to get if you draft really good role players and you have stars, then that's big time. Because I'm telling you, getting stars in this league is not as hard as filling the team in around those stars. I don't understand why more people don't grasp this. Filling in a team around stars is harder than getting stars. It is. And so you don't have to it's not deep with all stars, potentially. It's not deep with maybe stars in general, potentially. But could you get a couple of guys out of this draft that can play for you for 10 years and maybe help you win some championships? Probably. He said a bag of Takis may be worth more. That's funny. That's funny. Pels grimy, but smart for doing that. No, they are. I'd be fine with getting DJ Burns because at least we'd also get some vending machine. Would that pick even have value, though? All these reports coming from anonymous GM saying this, the weakest class they've seen in a while. That pick might net them a first round. That's what I'm saying. So I'm catching your comment late, but if you're still here, you heard what I just said. So like I said, it all depends what that team is looking for, right? If you're a team like the New York Knicks, if you're a team, like the OKC Thunder, if you're a team Like, obviously, if you're a team like Charlotte, you're looking for another star. You're looking for another really good, young, talented player, right? But if you're one of these teams that you're looking for, like the San Antonio Spurs, would probably really love that pick. Like, if they can try to find a guy that could be a rotational player down the road. So you have to look at teams that aren't looking like necessarily. You have to find someone who's looking for that maybe fourth, fifth through eighth player on a roster. That's what you kind of got to look for in this draft. And then you could just get lucky. You get a guy that no one thought of. You get like a Malcolm Brogdon, right? Malcolm Brogdon was a guy that they labeled in a weak draft, came in, won Rookie of the Year, and has had a solid career. So, like I said, the weak drafts, there's still good people to come out of them. They always say it's a horrible draft, and then a Giannis will come out. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. If they can finesse some team to take this weak pick for an actual player, would be cool, but unlikely. But again, I want to be clear on this. Again, this is when these narratives trick y'all. This is when these narratives spreads like wildfire and people start running with other people's narratives. 2 or 3 people say it picks up, it gains steam, but it really means nothing because you could have this is the deepest draft we've ever seen and have 20 busts. We've seen drafts, it's a deep draft, and they end up being weak. The draft is like the stock market. Nobody knows. Look, Wemby was as surefire as you can get, right? But until he got here, you pretty much knew he was going to be good. But you got to get him here and see. Sort of Wemby's, LeBron's, like this is different. But you get a guy like look at all these dudes that went number 2 that caught a brick in deep drafts. So what I'm trying to tell you is this is all noise. Tune the noise out. And when it comes to a draft, majority of these teams are not looking for a franchise changer. More than half of the teams in a draft are looking for a solid rotational player. You're going to find those guys in this draft. You're gonna. I'd rather trade it because no matter who we draft, our fans will trash the guy like JHS or Maxwell Lewis. Facts. Ham is going to demand the Lakers draft another guard. Purple and Gold says Caton Clark and Angel Reese are a lot better picks in these NBA. That's facts. That's crazy. Oh, man, that's crazy. So the Lakers keep JHS and Max Lewis. Yeah, they don't know what they have in them yet. Like I said, people. That's another thing. People give up on people too quick, like way too quick. Like we don't know. He's been injured most of the season. There's no role for him. He's looked solid when he's gone down to the G League. Like we got to wait and see on him. This was never going to be a team where he was going to contribute to. I'm super excited of what we can get in the first round. I want a big. Yeah, you could get some bigs. Like you can get bigs. AD was fully healthy this year, and they still couldn't finish in the top 5 seed. Means it's truly over for this core. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. That's one of the biggest concerns I have is that Braun and AD were very, for the most part, in a lot of games this year, and they're still 10th. Crazy, right? What's up, Lucky? What's up, buddy? This has to be one of the most stacked West in a minute. A respectable 45 and 35 record is what the current 9th and 10th seed is. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So I was speaking on earlier that the 10th seed in the West, which is where the Lakers are 11 games back of first, whereas the 10th seed in the East is 26 games back of first. Total difference, right? So the Lakers would be the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference with their record right now, knocking on number 2's door. All right. So what I'm saying is some perspective here, some understanding, but the West is just unforgiving. And the Lakers' December and January mishaps have come to cost them now, right? They're paying the tax on that right now. That's the horrible thing. Feels like such a waste of a great performance and seasons by AD and Braun. Yeah. Thoughts on if AD drops to us? Yeah, I mean, he's a big guy, right? I think that's something that they should look at. But again, development. Like I've seen a lot of times we got really big guys in college get here and just don't have the footwork, can't really do anything, can't adjust, get ran off the floor, foul. So you need a big body, right? You need a big body, but you can't just go out and get the biggest guy around. Like you got to put him through your workouts. You got to see him match up against people and, see what goes for him. But obviously I like his size. There's a lot of guys out there who have size, and I think the Lakers will be able to get some of them. Reminds me of the West about 10 to 15 years ago. Tough conference. Yeah, like 2008 through 2010, right? That I agree with because of those ones. That was a real competitive, especially 2008 when the Lakers went to the finals, and it was it was the Hornets, and the Lakers like neck to neck in that final matchup against Kobe and CP3 and the Lakers and the Hornets. Whoever won that game, they figured was going to get MVP, and they'd probably win the West. And the Lakers won that game. Kobe got MVP. They won the West. And yeah, that was kind of like those years where it was stacked, and it was just like in the West, it's just so much tougher. And like I said, the Lakers since February 1st had the third best record in the league, and they gained nothing in the standings. Just crazy. The idea of a rebuild is scary because Jeannie and Rob won't be able to even get that right. Lakers are screwed whichever path they take, either go all in or rebuild. That's a fail at both. Yeah, I get the concerns, which is why I'm telling you, man. Tim Connolly, man, keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. How much would you pay Nick Laskin in the summer to come to the Lakers? Hezbollah, what's going on? The problem isn't about how much I'd pay him. The problem is what are they going to have to pay him? The Lakers are going to be a tax team, knocking on the door of a second apron team. So they don't have any money to offer, right? And the taxpayer mid-level, they can stay out of the second apron, right? So taxpayer mid-level, which is not what they had last year, and I don't know if that's going to be enough to get him, right? So that's what's going to come down to. So it's not easy, right? Because like even if D'Lo opts out, even if LeBron opts out, like you still got like you still are got some issues this summer with money. So it's going to be hard for them to get guys unless guys are coming on the low. It's not really about what the Lakers can offer. Are these guys going to want to come here for less? Once again, hit that like button or Kendrick will write a diss track about you on the next Metro Boomin album. That's hilarious, man. Yo, you think we get that Drake diss tomorrow? It's fine. It's done. Drake's diss is done. Kendrick's is done. Kendrick ain't gonna drop his until Drake drops his, right? So when Drake drops his, Kendrick gonna unload and just man, oh man, it's about to be lunch meat up in here, man. Drake don't. Cole was smart. Cole was smart. Get out, bro. Get out. Get out. Because this is gonna get messy, and Kendrick gonna be the last standing. So get out, Cole, because you were probably gonna be the first one dropped anyways. So just get out of here, man. Feds would never cover for a baseball player, regardless of how popular, maybe a president or something, but not a dude that plays a children's game. And at the end of the day, Otani is in it. So that's what I was talking to someone earlier. They'll go, yeah, I understand Major League Baseball, trying to protect their stars, but the federal government, nah, man, they would have got him, man. They would have got him. So I had that discussion with someone earlier today. I told him this, had that same exact argument. Otani's clean, man. I'm worth 600 million chocolates, Jeff. I'm listening. Let's see. Pay gonna be betting using Doritos for the next 30 years. Yep. Chris Haynes says Brandon Ingram expect to return Sunday against the Lakers. Yeah, I saw that. Lakers now need New Orleans Pelicans to beat Golden State tomorrow and Phoenix to beat Sac, which would slot LA in the 8th seed if they win against Memphis tomorrow and New Orleans on Sunday. Yeah, and like I said, the Lakers got to hope that they get to a 7-8 play-in and win that game to get 7th. They really got to hope for that. My favorite prospect, Deron Holmes, 6'11", big, high motor, good passing, and has potential to space the floor. See, I watched next to no college basketball this season, so I know some names, but I'm definitely not going to be the expert on that. Didn't have time for college this year. Do you think Castleton can make it as a backup big in the NBA, or is he too slow? He's young. I think he can make a roster, and I think he can give some minutes. I don't know if he can be like a top backup. His body's got to mature a little bit more. He's got to develop a little bit more physically, and we'll see. Chris says, Jeff, it also looks like Otani is now active with teammates now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because that barricade is it's kind of like gone, right? Would Jeannie want to pay for Connolly? That's a good question. That's why I said this summer is going to be telling, because if they let go of Darvin, he becomes available. Connolly, that is, and he shows interest in coming. Jeannie's going to have to take a hard look at that. So that's an excellent question. We're going to have to wait to see on that, though. I'd rather have Tim Connolly over Tim Donaghy. It's true. I think this team really needs a head basketball feel. Rob and Jeannie wearing too many hats. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need a face of the basketball operation size, to be honest. What up, Jeff? Ready to draft Brownie? What's going on, folks? Man. That's gonna be crazy. If LeBron signs his contract prior to the draft, we could possibly sign Bronny to a 2-way if he goes undrafted. Facts, yeah, but I don't see a team. Some team will draft him and try to leverage something from the Lakers to get him, I believe, Angie. While I don't think a team will draft him to play him or keep him, I think they would draft him because I think they know the Lakers would want him for LeBron's sake, right? So I think that they would draft him, hopefully to extract something more from the Lakers, or a team will look to cash in heavy money from the Lakers to get an additional second round pick purchased to therefore draft Bronny. So either or, a team is going to look to tax the Lakers for them to get Bronny one way or another. If the Lakers end up keeping their pick this year, they might as well just swing for the fence, draft some skinny Euro dude. Right? It always ends up for other teams, right? At this point, sign LeBron, Bronny, and Savannah. That's funny, man. Game over. KD, what's going on, my guy? Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Lakers Dodgers for life. What's going on, my guy? What's up, Jeff? Still having trust issues with this team. I've given up too much to handle. Yeah, definitely still trust issues for sure. You're right, Jeff. 2015 was supposed to be the best ever at the time. Guys like RJ Hunter supposed to be big guys. Stanley Johnson. Yeah, all of them, nothing, right? So, like I said, stay away from the noise, man. Don't fall for what everyone falls with, because people... sometimes people just get convinced that other people's opinions are theirs, right? And they run with it because they hear so much noise about it that it has to be true, right? It has to be true. So many people are saying it. It has to be true. And that noise just becomes louder. And when you dig on the surface, a lot of times like, huh? But you can't tell them nothing because the noise is so loud that they just have to believe it. You know what I mean? That's why them narratives, man. Them narratives. Most important question of the night. How's Lucky do? Lucky's good, man. Took him, was able to take him for a good walk today. Which he was loving. So Luck is doing good, man. He's out here in his Laker button up, looking fly. I posted on IG when I took him for a walk, man. At Empire Jeff on IG. Check that out, man. He's styling out here in his Laker fit, man. Breaking hearts out here on these walks. Would you be fine if LeBron leaves? Well, it's hard to say. We don't really have a way to replace him. If LeBron James opted out and left, Lakers wouldn't have money to go replace him, right? So ideally, at this point, we're kind of stuck with hoping that he stays at least one more year when the Lakers can try to figure some things out. They could theoretically do some things if LeBron left. D'Lo opts out. They could trade Austin, trade Rue. They could get out of pretty much everyone and start over if they wanted to. But there's not really a ton of free agents out there. Bron leaves. Are you going to then empty the clip, all those picks to get a guy to play with AD and then not have the picks to continue to add to that team? It's a tough, man. It's not very simple for these Lakers this summer. That's what I'm saying. We have to just got to wait and see what like what's coming on the pipeline here. And ideally, the best thing would be if Bron opted out and took less. I just don't think that's going to happen, but that would be the best thing for this team. Let's say Zach scouted to have better hands and footwork than most players, but his speed is what is taking his stock. Unless used in drop coverage. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. So it's you got to wait and see. Drake deserved that diss for making mediocre music for the past 3 years. Yeah, that's facts. Bro, since when did you think Rui is bad defensively? He is fairly decent, not the best, but can stay in front and is a solid near the post. Okay, so Kane, what I'm talking about is if you're going to play Rui at the 3, he doesn't guard wings well at all. Can he play guard 4s? Yeah. But Rui guarding 3s, not ideal, bro. Watch the tape. Watch the tape at Rui guarding wings. Let's be real. Warriors are going to win. Here you go. Down to start Vando while keeping Rui. Rui off the bench doesn't work. He gets ignored. D'Lo, Vando, Bron, Rui. Well, I mean, Rui off the bench in the playoffs got us to the Western Conference Finals. So I disagree with that. Again, he can play starters minutes and he can finish games. I'm just saying the formula that worked for best for us over the last 2 seasons has been Vando in the starting lineup when it comes to D'Lo and Austin. But Rui guarding 3s. Ugh. How true are these news, Jeff, about Bron and Austin not listening to Ham's huddle? I don't know, because like I said, again, the noise gets so loud to things that any one thing that happens gets magnified so much. I also see guys running up and hugging Darvin. I see Anthony Davis giving Darvin Ham a big bear hug before every single game. I also see guys over there laughing, joking with him, come over here and talking to him on the sidelines, talking to him between timeouts. I see a lot of interaction. But no one talks about those. No one speaks on those. No one mentions any of those. Again, people are so obsessed and committed to that side of the narrative that they can't help themselves. They can only see red. They can only see the anger in Darvin. They can only see negative, right? And I mean, Darvin isn't helping his own cause. Let me be clear. But what I'm saying is any little thing that pops up that adds fuel to that narrative, they just run with. They don't even speak on the things that gets brought up, that gets discussed about. They don't talk about running that double drag play in Milwaukee that freed up Austin for that 3-point attempt when you had two dudes running off a screen, dipping low that got Austin open on that shot. Beautiful play around that. Won us a game on the road in Milwaukee. No credit for that. I don't expect y'all to know that though. But what I'm saying is that like there's so many things that go down on that court, but as soon as it gets to where something happens, it's aha, there they are, right on it again, right? So you really can't argue with that type of logic. So yeah, I mean, back to the question, are there players where tune them up? There probably is if they're fed up with them, right? But I've also seen them very engaged with him. You can see it. Now, are they being professional? Probably. That's what they should be doing. But there's moments where they're human and they're frustrating. You get caught up in the game. Bro, I've seen brothers, I've seen sisters, I've seen best friends, mad dog each other in the middle of a game because they're frustrated with something that just happened. I've seen best friends get into crazy fights in practice. What happens on a basketball court in the heat of competition is not truly indicative of how someone feels about a person personally. But until you're in that environment, you don't really know, right? So I've seen people that are extremely close come to blows, put hands on each other, draw blood in the heat of competition and heated moments and levels of frustration. So I've seen it all. So to me, that doesn't always mean much to me. It just doesn't, right? Now, at the same time, you can't be naive either. You can't be like, okay, it didn't happen. There's something there, like if it's constant, right? But do I feel like Braun is like on board with Darvin? Probably not, right? But I've seen both sides of it. I've seen him, I've seen him interacting with them, and I've seen him frustrated. But I got news for you: watch every team in the league. You'll see it. Ask my guys over at We Talk Mavs about Jason Kidd and the players that don't like him. Ask Phoenix about Vogel. Clippers fans about Ty Lue. Do it. It's the same thing, y'all. That's what I've been trying to tell you. It's the same thing. J. Cole line on Cam Reddish may clearly doesn't watch Laker games. I think Cam needs to get to the Spurs. They can develop them. I was laughing at that, but I go, probably the highlight of Cam Reddish's season is that Cole line. That's hilarious. Drake should stay away from battling Kendrick. It's a losing battle. Yeah, he's not going to be able to let it go. This pride's not going to let him. His ghostwriters are hard at work right now, but he's going to get killed. Can Bronny take the Austin Reeves route to get to the Lakers? Can he? Yes, but I think a team will snatch him up and try to leverage the Lakers. USC coach left, so I think that's why Bronny is doing what he's doing. They might follow the coach. I don't know. I don't know. I can't really decide one way or another there. Would you sign DeRozan if LeBron leaves? Well, that's the thing. If just LeBron leaving doesn't necessarily open money for the Lakers, man. I want Utah, that Utah coach, by the way. Oh, absolutely, Kane. He's a young stud, young OG right there, man. Absolutely. Can't believe Boston let him go. He plays big, yeah. He's a solid young coach, man. Can he replace LeBron in the future? Maybe in a lineup, but not in his play. Rui doesn't have the same impact off the bench. Also, getting to the Western Conference Final, a lot of that was matchup stuff, in my opinion. Well, here's the thing. Rui, if he's the first guy off the bench, again, it's just knowing your role and staying in your role. And that's what Darvin's flaws, one of those flaws are, is guys not falling into their roles. If he knows he's the first guy off the bench, he knows when his rotation is, he knows when his minutes are coming, if he's going to finish games, he'll be fine. I'm telling you, you don't have to start to be effective. You don't have to start to have an impact. But the Lakers need more defense in that starting lineup. Back as a bench guy. Let's see. Like I said, he's had monstrous games off the bench, man. Who are in your wish list if Rob goes all out signing a third star? There's no way they can sign a third star. It would have to be traded for. And to be honest, I'm still not the third star guy. Like I just wish they could find depth that works. The third star, like I don't see it working in today's NBA. I just don't see it. Streets are saying Ham is done after this season, barring a miracle comeback to win it all. I think if he like I said, I think if he goes out in the play-in or the first round, I think there's a good chance that's the most danger he's going to face. And I would probably think he'd be out. The Lakers make the second round, man, all bets are off. I have no idea. I don't trust this. I don't trust them to want to throw the money away just to let them go. If they get to the second round and compete in that round, I could see them keeping him. I'm not saying I'm hoping for that, but that just seems to be a Laker way, man. I prefer Reeves off the bench, or hell, to be honest, I'd rather have Dinwiddie start over D'Lo. I like Reeves off the bench, but I like D'Lo in the starting lineup. He's not like Austin or Rui. I feel like he plays different if he's off the bench versus starting. What's going on, Ro? Good to see you, brother. You was MIA a while ago. Hope all is well. Hey, appreciate you. Yeah, I was down with the flu for about 6 days, man. So it was rough. Today was the first day I felt comfortable or felt right coming back on. Excuse me. Wasn't really able to until tonight. I tried 2 nights ago and last night. Just wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen. So starting to struggle here a little bit right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. I'm gonna wrap this up. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in, especially after me being gone almost a week. Thank you guys. Definitely missed you guys. Definitely wanted to be here. But like I said, I was just wasn't physically capable, man. I was really ill. So appreciate y'all for showing support and popping in heavy the first night back. And I'll be back with y'all soon, man. Dodgers back tomorrow. Lakers back tomorrow. Lakers final 2 games. Got to get going, man. Hope for the best here. Like I said, this team, definite trust issues. Got my issues with them. Darvin, players, front office, ownership, some of the fan base. Like there's a lot of it that's frustrating with this team right now. And we all gotta realize, man, that this team did it to themselves and put themselves in this position. And so all we can do is watch and see how this ends, right? And hopefully it'll go further than I think they will right now. Hopefully. So but I do appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Again, thank you. And thank you for JSJ. Thank you for Kurt. I think Search has abandoned me. I think he I think he's like, whatever guy, bye. I'm on the bigger fish now. Bye. So he's like, I think he's out of here. Nah, Search will be back. I'm just playing. But appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Everyone on YouTube, everyone on Twitter. Drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. On Twitter, please retweet or repost this video if you can. Drop a like on it as well. Drop a comment as well. Greatly appreciate you guys. I see you, Serge. Love you, brother. Oh man. I'm just playing, man. Also, if you're coming in late, in the comment section, let me know what you think in the comment section. Again, sorry I've been away. Feeling better now. Got some more videos coming soon. So appreciate y'all. Y'all can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that, man. So y'all have a good rest of your night. Y'all have a good, safe Friday. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully Lakers can handle business tomorrow. Thank you, Search, for stealth money. Appreciate you, bro. Y'all have a good night, man. Stay safe. Talk to you tomorrow.